a lot about this project. Write using our chat in case you have any technical problems. During this conference, we're going to explain and present to you start of your own business project and also what was managed to achieve as a result of it. The conference will be led in 2 languages, both English and German, but still basically in English. Just for your knowledge, we're going to record this conference and we're going to start recording it in 1 minute's time. The whole conference will last approximately 1 hour. This is the second conference dealing with the project Start Your Own Business. The first one was led from Croatia. What is Start Your Own Business then? It is the project which started in 2018, which aims to develop business skills and encourage self-employment among students. The development of students' creativity is achieved by promoting business culture, initiative, critical thinking, and risk evaluation as key elements for advancing and applying economic activities in the context of open market and competition in business. The project aims at improving vocational programs by introducing entrepreneurship as an elective course or a cross-curricular subject. This will hopefully increase the interest in vocational programs and help students realize the importance of lifelong learning. Through practical work in training fields, students do not only develop entrepreneurship skills, but also business communication and mathematical competences in order to analyze marketing trends, marketing skills, using information technology, as well as citizenship skills. Partner schools in this program are from the following countries: Estonia, Croatia, Germany, Poland, and Portugal. The partner companies involved are Magic Needle, Poland, Aria Virgilia Limited, Croatia, Be Honey, Germany, Handmade, Portugal, DSP, Estonia, District Gastronomy, Portugal. For the sake of the program, students were communicating using email and WhatsApp application. Apart from these forms of online communication, there were meetings which were organized solely for students. The first one took place in Berlin, 2018. During this meeting, the whole idea of the program and the project was presented. The second one was in Portugal. It was during the period of time between the 20th of February and the 1st of March. The aim of the second one was to present fictional companies that students had previously created. There were 2 international meetings involving teachers. The host organization of the first one was School Średnia Szkoła Chorwacki Kraj Zbornomir. The first meeting took place there on the 10th of May, 2019. The second one was in Estonia, and it was organized during the period of time between the 4th and the 9th of November, 2019. The host organizing the event was Ida Viruma. As a result of this project, 2 innovative multimedia handbooks have been created. These are Entrepreneurship in the Classroom for teachers to help them teach the topic of entrepreneurship with additional lesson plans, step by step towards your own business, for students and entrepreneurship beginners. These books are created in 6 languages and are available online and ready to use. Thank you for your attention. And now let me ask my colleague, Claudia Stockhausen from Germany, to tell you more about this project.
Claudia, we didn't hear you.
We can hear you, Claudia.
Okay. A warm welcome. Thank you for introducing me, Monica. I'm going to present the handbook for teachers. I'm Claudia Stockhausen. I teach business and English at the vocational college in Meschede in Germany. Meschede is in the western part of Germany. Our federal state is North Rhine-Westphalia, and the next big city is Dortmund. Okay. A warm welcome also on behalf of my colleague Ulrike Becker, who's joining us today, and on behalf of Daniela Overhage, who also contributed and participated to this project. Let me briefly introduce the handbook for teachers. This handbook deals with the topic entrepreneurship in the classroom, and it was created by Croatian, Estonian, and German colleagues, because these partner schools have business studies departments. After writing these handbooks, they were translated into English and all project partner languages into Croatian, Portuguese, Polish, Estonian, and German. The target group are teachers without entrepreneurial background competences, but who are interested in introducing cross-curricular entrepreneurship topics in everyday teaching. And our aim was to foster entrepreneurship and to develop entrepreneurial skills and to encourage the self-employment of students of different profiles, interests, and competences. Our intention was also to improve the quality of vocational education and training by introducing entrepreneurship as a cross-curricular topic or optional subject through this project. And in the end, also to increase students' motivation for lifelong learning and for enrolling in vocational programs. The handbook for teachers consists of 6 chapters. The importance of entrepreneurship, founding a company, cost theory, market analysis, the business plan, and entrepreneurial management. Now I would just like to share 2 pages of this handbook for teachers with you and tell you a little bit about the structure of these handbooks. This is the very first page, and you can find this handbook also on our project website. If you turn to the 3rd page, here you can see the authors on the left, and if you turn to the pages you can see the content, and this is the 3rd page where you can see the typical structure of each chapter. A catching photo and a quotation of a famous person, a proverb or a saying, that's what is at the beginning of each chapter. Then can you just switch back 1 page to the previous page, to the 3rd page? Yes? Yeah, because then we also have the topic, the importance of entrepreneurship, and learning outcomes. Here, the outcomes are to develop a positive attitude towards entrepreneurship, to know the difference between a business opportunity and a business idea, and finally, to apply a SWOT analysis. On the next 2 pages, if you switch to the next 2 pages, please. Yes. Here you see a typical structure of each chapter. On the one hand, we have texts dealing with the topic, but on the other hand, we also have little po-tunes, as you see on the right of this page. Po-tunes are little learning videos, and they were created by our Croatian students, and they did a great job. They will be shown in detail later on during this webinar, so I'm just briefly explaining that. And at the end of each chapter, we also have tasks for teachers where you can get further, where you can practice everything you learned in each chapter. Thank you for your attention. And now I'm going to pass over to Katarzyna, who is going to present the handbook for students, the next step of our project. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Katarzyna Kni from the technical school in Somonino, and I'm going to present the handbook for students. So the title of the book is Step by Step Towards Your Own Business. And it was created during the project Erasmus Plus, Start Your Own Business. It was created by Croatian, German, Portuguese, Estonian and Polish colleagues. And first it was created in English and then translated into the other languages. So you can find it on project website. In English, Croatian, German, Portuguese, Estonian and Polish. So whenever you want it, you can use it and it is for free. So who is this book intended for? So the target group for this book are secondary school students and vocational school students and entrepreneurship beginners. And this book can be used both in the classroom and for self-study. So the students can learn by themselves at home. The aim of the book. Why was this book created? So one of the aims was to foster entrepreneurship, then to develop proper skills, entrepreneurial skills. Then, the same as the handbook for teachers, to encourage self-employment amongst secondary school students and school graduates. And also the book was created to increase interest in business and students' competences. So the desired outcome. Here in the picture you can see the desired outcome of an enterprise, but the outcome of the book is to improve vocational education and training. Also, it is to enhance the students' motivation at school and at internships. And the desired outcome is a clear instruction how to start and run business. So the book, the student's book, also consists of 6 chapters, and it is starting your own business, laws. Then it is setting the goals, business plan. Then it is company management, and the last one is how a modern company does business. So now I'm going to talk about the layout of the book. How is this book structured? So in the beginning of the book, you have a small video film, and it is a film about Daria Holm, a woman from Croatia who emigrated to Norway, and she set up a small business there. So now I want you to watch part of the video just to create the idea what is it about.
Keep track on my progress. I decided to make me a Facebook page.
I'm sorry, I will play from the beginning.
I'm Daria Holm. I'm 40. I'm coming from Croatia, but last 10 years I've been living in Norway. In the beginning of 2016, when both of my kids started kindergarten and I finally had some time for myself, I decided it's time to find something to do. But the job market was kind of bad at the moment, so it was difficult to find a job. That's why I decided to try to teach myself to crochet toys. I think I saw a couple of years ago on the internet and I really liked it. So I went on and bought this kind of yarn and a hook, and I found me a YouTube tutorial. Following it, a couple of days later I had a small toy, this one here. So by the end of this project I was already hooked. I knew that was something that I would like to do. To keep track of all of the things I made and to keep track of my progress, I decided to make my Facebook page that I named Daria Somoninie, where I posted everything that I made. The response was very positive, and soon I started to receive first orders. As the time went by and I couldn't find a job, I decided to take my hobby one step higher and register it as a small business. I actually didn't need to do that just yet because it's still more like a hobby than like a business, but I thought it would give it more structure for the future and make a cooperation with others a bit easier. I named my business belongs to Crocodile, which is Norwegian for a flower and a crocodile. A name that's very personal to me because it represents the most valuable that I have, and that's my kids.
Okay, and the reason why this film is presented here is that all the theoretical material in this book is going to be related to her enterprise. So all of the chapters are going to be discussed on the basis of her small business. So let's talk about the layout of the book. So each chapter starts with a big picture, and usually in the picture you can find her toys, the toys that she has created, Daria Holm has created. And then inside the chapter starts with a little quotation by a famous person. It could be a writer or a thinker or an entrepreneur. And then after the quotation, you can find the theoretical part of the chapter. So as you can see, it is very easy. The sentences aren't very long. They are easy for the students to acquire, I mean the material. And also there are some bullets just for the purpose of simplicity. Okay, and then after the theoretical part, you can see a blue box, and this is the case study. It deals with Daria Holm's enterprise. So here you can find information, you can relate the information in theoretical part with the practical issue. After the case study, there are some questions for the students to consider. So they are going to think about the future firm, the firm they are going to set up, and they are going to imagine different stages of this enterprise, different difficult moments, and some preparations to set up a firm. After that, you have a very big visual content, and it could be different parts. For example, this is the case study, these are the questions, then you have a lot of pictures throughout the book, a lot of different graphs in it, and also is a lot of powtoons created by students for the use of the book. And then now I'm going to present one of the chapters, that is chapter number 3, setting the goals. And it deals with SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is the abbreviation for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And here, before the picture, you have the theoretical part of SWOT analysis. Then, after the material, I mean the theoretical part, you have some films, and I'm going to play one of them for you. But unfortunately, this is not this one. Yes. Present at the, I'm sorry, that was one of the powtoons that are present throughout the book, and the powtoons were created by students. Next, so I would say that it was the theoretical part of SWOT analysis, and then we have the box of case study, and as you remember, it is on the basis of Daria Holmes' enterprise Blooms and Crocodile. So we are going to analyze the SWOT analysis on the basis of this small business. So let's talk about the strengths of her enterprise. One of the big strengths is that she works from home. So while she's working, she can keep an eye on her children. She also doesn't have to pay the rent because she works from home. And another advantage is that she doesn't have to invest a lot of money into the business, and that maybe one of the biggest advantages is that she likes what she is doing. So we can say that her work is her hobby. Then weaknesses. One of the biggest disadvantages of her enterprise is that she is the only worker in this company. So she has to make all the important decisions by herself. She doesn't have a partner to rely on. Then she doesn't have a proper experience in business, so she can make mistakes while producing the toys. Talking about opportunities, the opportunities of Daria Holmes' enterprise are that she herself chooses her partners, her clients, and she cooperates with them on a friendly basis. She communicates with the clients via the internet. So she can reach them in a very quick way, and she doesn't have to pay much for this. Talking about the threats in front of her business. So one of the threats is that she must be aware of business law regulations, because she doesn't have a lawyer, she doesn't have a staff to rely on. So she must do everything by herself. Also, she reaches to her customers via the internet. So she must be aware of the technological progress. She must be aware how to communicate proficiently on the internet. Also, one of her threats is the competition. So she must be aware that there might be a competition, and she must take it into consideration. Then, after the case study, there are some questions for students to consider. And also, the questions deal with SWOT analysis. So, generally speaking, they have to imagine themselves as entrepreneurs, and they have to think about the strengths of the future company, its weaknesses. Then they have to think about the opportunities and threats in front of their business. So, for example, they have to think about the customers, how can they reach the customers. They have to think about the sum of money they must invest in order to run this business, and things like that. So, just to sum up, what are the advantages of students' book? As we said together with Claudia, it's a modern, innovative book. So there is a very rich multimedia content in it. Also, the text is short and clear, so very easy for the students to acquire the information. The layout is also very clear and logical. Another advantage is that the book is pleasant to look at. So it is, I think, a big advantage, because it attracts students' attention. There are many colorful pictures in this, apart from other things like graphs, video films. As I said, it has a rich multimedia content. And another advantage is the case study, because you can relate the theoretical material to the practical one. The questions at the end of each part are very important, because they help students to imagine themselves as taking care of their own future as entrepreneurs, either an owner of a small business or a big enterprise. And now I would like to ask my colleague Ola to talk about the lesson plans, and she will be communicating in German. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Ola, and I'm going to present one part of the teacher book, lesson plan. I am a German language teacher, and my presentation is in German. Im Handbuch für Lehrer gibt es ein Thema Teamarbeit und modernes Management. Am Anfang des Unterrichts kann man den Schüler eine Frage stellen. Was ist ein Team und was ist eine Gruppe? Ich zeige Ihnen jetzt dieses Video.
Let's say there was a small company with 4 employees. The owner of the company hired a manager who gave a very important task to the employees. Their names were everybody, somebody.
Entschuldigung, ich fange noch einmal an. Also, wie gesagt, am Anfang des Unterrichts kann man den Schülern eine Frage stellen, was ist ein Team, was ist eine Gruppe. Um das genau zu zeigen, kann der Lehrer ein Video on YouTube zeigen. Die finden Sie natürlich auch im Buch für Lehrer, und ich zeige es jetzt Ihnen von Anfang an. Ich glaube, das geht.
Let's say there was a small company with 4 employees. The owner of the company hired a manager who gave a very important task to the employees. Their names were everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. Everybody was sure that somebody would do the given task. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry about it because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. What went wrong?
Okay. Ja, und die Frage am Ende war, was ist hier falsch gelaufen? Und ich habe das meinen Schülern auch gestellt. Und die Antworten, sie sind hier zu sehen, sie sind leider auf Polnisch, aber am meisten haben die Schüler geantwortet, dass es hier keine Kommunikation oder keine konkrete Aufgaben gab und auch keine Mitarbeit. Ja, das war auch eine Antwort. Das stimmt natürlich, aber vor allem in unserem Beispiel, die Mitarbeiter sind kein Team, das ist nur eine Gruppe. Nächste Frage ist, welche Unterschiede gibt es zwischen einer Gruppe und einem Team? Alle Antworten finden Sie auch natürlich im Buch. Das hier ist auch vom Buch. Also eine Gruppe setzt sich aus einer Anzahl von Personen zusammen, die miteinander integrieren und sich gegenseitig psychologisch bewusst wahrnehmen. Gibt es hier auch Merkmale eines Teams? Ja, kann man sehen, eindeutige Mitgliedschaft und so weiter. Und dann kann man den Schülern ein Video zeigen, die eine Teamarbeit zeigt, um die Unterschied genau zu zeigen. Nach diesem Video können wir den Schülern eine Frage stellen, wie soll ein gutes Team sein? Ja, und okay, von Anfang an. Entschuldigung, noch eine Weile.
Okay, pivotara. Pomelo?
Okay, wie wir gesehen haben, dieses Team hat das geschafft. Ja, und ich habe auch den Schülern eine Frage gestellt, wie soll ein gutes Team sein? Und hier können Sie die Antworten sehen wieder. Die möglichen Antworten waren Mitarbeit, Rollenteilung, Gruppenstolz auch und Spaß bei der Arbeit. Also das waren die wichtigsten Merkmale eines guten Teams, die die Schüler genannt haben. Und es gibt auch solche Antworten wie Kommunikation und gegenseitige Hilfe. Und dann während des Unterrichts kommt man zum Begriff Synergieeffekt, also eines der entscheidenden Merkmale eines Teams. Und dazu gibt es natürlich auch Film und so ein Bild, 2 plus 2 ist 5. Aber was bedeutet das genau? Und diese Frage können die Lehrer auch den Schülern stellen. Und natürlich man kann auch einfach eine Frage stellen oder Brainstorming machen. Das ist eigentlich, das hängt natürlich von dem Lehrer ab. Aber dazu hilfreich kann auch ein Video on YouTube sein, das natürlich auch im Handbuch zu finden ist. Und ich zeige es jetzt. Eine Weile bitte. Agnieszka, kannst du mir helfen? Ich weiß nicht, was passiert ist. Agnieszka? Okay. Okay, ich weiß nicht, was passiert ist, aber leider, es gibt Probleme mit Internet, glaube ich. Aber naja, ich bespreche ganz kurz das. Das war ein Video und das finden Sie auch im Handbuch für Lehrer, die genau zeigt, dass man im Team einfach produktiver ist und so weiter. Oh, das geht schon. Entschuldigung, wir haben ein Problem. Ich weiß nicht, was los ist, aber wir fangen gleich an. Geben Sie uns eine Minute, ja? Entschuldigung noch einmal, ich weiß nicht, was los ist, aber naja. Also wie gesagt, hier in diesem Video kann man genau sehen, dass wenn man in Teamarbeit gearbeitet hat, dann ist man produktiver und es ist leichter, einfacher einen Erfolg haben. Und dazu habe ich noch ein Video vorbereitet, die genau zeigt, wie eine Teamarbeit sieht. Und wenn wir das den Schüler zeigen wollen, können wir auch eine Frage stellen vor dem Video oder nach dem Video. Das ist eigentlich genau. Also eine Frage, wie eine Charakteristik eines erfolgreichen Teams sieht. Also warum haben ja, diese Tiere einen Erfolg. Ich zeige es Ihnen, also dieses Video, und dann sehen Sie das auch. Ja, wie gesagt, dieses Team hat einen Erfolg, ja. Und nach dem Ziel kann man den Schüler um eine Charakteristika eines erfolgreichen Teams bitten, wie schon gesagt, ich habe. Und die Antwort finden Sie auch im Buch. Das sind ausgewogene Rollen, klare Ziele, Wachstumsvorgaben, Offenheit und Ehrlichkeit, konstruktiver Umgang mit Konflikten und regelmäßige Aufarbeitung der Teamarbeit. Natürlich kommen die Schüler, glaube ich, auch zu dieser Lesung. Und man kann auch als Zusammenfassung betonen, dass einer der größten Vorteile eines Teams ist, dass es Mitglieder mit verschiedenen Kenntnissen und Fähigkeiten zusammenbringt. Also in einem Team können verschiedene Personen mit ganz anderen Kenntnissen sein. Und das macht, dass solches Team einen Erfolg oder eine gute Lösung findet oder sowas, also produktiv ist und so weiter. Und im Handbuch finden Sie auch Aufgaben. Das ist ein Beispiel dazu. Das ist eine Aufgabe, die eine Bewertung der Kollegen zeigt. Wie kann man das einfach machen? Das ist auch natürlich in verschiedenen Sprachen. Es hängt von der Version ab. Und ja, man kann das auf Polnisch, auf Deutsch, auf Englisch, auf Portugiesisch und so weiter machen. Es gibt 6 Sprachen dazu und kann man das auch im Buch finden. Also das ist nur ein Beispiel für einen Unterricht, aber ich glaube, das wäre eine wertvolle Unterricht. Und Dankeschön. Und jetzt, Katarzyna sagt Ihnen etwas über Effekte von diesem Projekt.
Hello, this is Katarzyna again, and I'm talking about the effects of the books and of the whole project. So, the first question, why should students and teachers use the handbooks? And they should use it because the students acquire information by the use of an interactive handbook, which is very, which is attractive for them. And they are better prepared to use it this way than in the traditional way. Then teachers may conduct lessons in a modern way, and they take into consideration the preferences and expectations of their students. Students are better motivated to gaining knowledge because the way of teaching is more attractive for them. They don't have to focus on text solely, but they can watch the films, they can look at beautiful pictures and graphs, bullets, everything to make it very clear for them. Then, what are the effects of using the books by students and teachers in the classroom, and the total project, Start Your Own Business. So during the projects where students have to cooperate among themselves, selling and trading products that they virtually produced, they have gained practical skills in setting up a company and practical skills in running the company through vital trading with training firms from partner schools. The students who made the Powtoons for the books have developed their IT competences and knowledge in entrepreneurship, creating Powtoons for the student book. The teachers have access to a modern, innovative book designed to meet the needs of their students. And the students, due to the project, have developed social, marketing, and entrepreneurial skills. And the last question is, what are the effects of using the books for entrepreneurs? So, students who think about setting up their own company are more interested in theoretical information in the classroom because they plan to put it into practice while setting up their own businesses. And during their internships, they are more involved because they feel that they can use the knowledge that they get during the internship, and they can use the knowledge while running their own enterprises. So thank you very much for watching, and in the chat box you will receive a link to a questionnaire which I would like you to fill in. Agnieszka, can you give yes? So look at the chat box now. You've got a link to a questionnaire, and it consists of 8 questions, both in Polish and in English. So you can fill it in. It is very important for us because we can get feedback about our conference. Okay. You have a few minutes to do so. Okay, so please click on the link and answer the questions in it. Okay, maybe I will switch to Polish. Bardzo proszę Państwa o wypełnienie ankiety i link znajduje się w oknie czatu. Dziękuję. Thank you very much for watching, and now I would like my colleague Monika to say the final word. Thank you.
Thank you very much for attending our conference. We are delighted to have you participated in it. We hope that you have enjoyed it. I also hope that you found our conference useful and that it has met your expectations. Thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can see the link to the whole project in the chat box, so you can have a look at it.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a nice evening in Greece too. Thank you for attending the conference.